Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel to continue my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1969 college football season. This is week 9, November 15th, 1969. We'll be going over the games that were played. Recap it. Here we go. Yale beat Princeton 17-14. Yale knocked Princeton out of tie for first place in the Ivy League and thus handed Dartmouth 24-7 winner over Cornell, clinching possession of title tie. Amid flurry of the 8th turnovers, Tigers gained 290 yards, 95 yards more than Bulldogs. Still managed scoring drives of 56 in the second quarter, 41 in the fourth quarter, each ending the fullback Ellis Moore's scoring run. Eli's quarterback Joe Massey hit wingback Bob Milligan with 34 and 36-yard passes to lead the fullback Bill Primps touchdown run that created 7-7 tie. At halftime, Massey's 6-yard dash for 14-7 lead at the end of the third quarter. Yale reached 1-yard line late in the fourth quarter, but had to settle for kicker Harry Klebanov field goal. Back came Princeton, charging 52 yards to 11-yard line as quarterback Scott McBean mixed pass withdrawal runs, but when Yale defensive lineman John Biancamano stopped Moore on third down at 11-yard line, Tigers kicker Arnold Holtberg missed a tying field goal from 29 yards away with 1:53 remain. I had to go against my individual tendencies, said Princeton coach Jack McCandless of his decision to try tying three-pointer. A tie this week and a win next week against Dartmouth would have given us all the marbles, referring to the Ivy League title. South Carolina beat Wake Forest by a score of 24-6. North Carolina beat Clemson 32-15. Auburn, the number 11 team in the country, beat 16 ranked Georgia 16-3. 11 Auburn beat number 16 Georgia 16-3. Auburn defense was so forceful that Furman Vishker reported in Atlanta Journal-Constitution that the home team's best weapon was the penalty. Indeed, Georgia netted only 101 yards of offense, while the Tigers were flagged for 112 yards. Auburn quarterback Pat Sullivan avoided rush of defensive guard Tim Callaway to whip 24-yard touchdown pass to wingback Connie Frederick in first quarter. After early success, his receivers developed case of drops in the 30-degree temperatures. In odd terms, Plainsmen couldn't stop themselves from roughing Georgia punter Spike Jones, ending game with 4 such penalties for 60 yards. The Bulldogs got within 7-3 at halftime when defensive back Buck Swindle made interception at Tigers' 26-yard line near end of first quarter, and kicker Jim McCullough followed with 31-yard field goal. Auburn burst from locker room for third quarter and clicked on 41-yard pass from Sullivan to wide receiver Terry Beasley to 15-yard line. Tailback Mickey Zosko soon scored the extra point block, while Georgia left score at 13-3. So kicker John Rowley added field goal on next third quarter series, and Tigers defense kept Bulldogs totally in check rest of the way. Number 18 Mississippi beat Tennessee. Number 3 Tennessee lost to number 18 Mississippi 38-0 in Jackson, Mississippi. Just as whispers of number 3 Tennessee's greatness grew louder, Mississippi delivered the worst defeat Volunteers had suffered in 46 years. Fueling fire was Tennessee linebacker Steve Connor's preseason remark that turned Reb stars as mules, not horses. The bowl pitcher was severely scrambled as a result, but Ole Miss was beginning to look like a genuine Sugar Bowl candidate. The Rebels rushed 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, including a scoring run and pass by quarterback Archie Manning, who tabbed it team effort. In between, Manning fumbled at Tennessee 1-yard line. Lucky Rebels profited on tailback Randy Reed's hustling end zone recovery for a touchdown. Volunteers threatened twice, losing ball twice at Ole Miss 1-yard line and throwing an interception at Rebels 5-yard line. The decisive moments came late in the second quarter, and Volunteers quarterback Bobby Scott, 4th down end zone pass to tight end Ken DeLong, mistakenly was spared by Tennessee wingback Richard Callaway, who couldn't avoid tumbling out of bounds at 1-yard line. Rebels took over and went to 42-yard field goal by kicker Clovis Hinton. 3-pointer that hit on crossbar toppled over for a 24-0 halftime edge. Notre Dame defeated Georgia Tech by a score of 38-20, smacking their lips in anticipation for first possible bowl game since 1924. The Fighting Irish Notre Dame threw 21-point first quarter punch at hard luck Georgia Tech, which is mindlessly handing over 4 interceptions and 3 fumbles in the first half. The Notre Dame quarterback Joe Theismann passed and ran for touchdowns in first quarter. The defensive back Clarence Ellis cruised 70 yards with interception thrown by Yellow Jackets quarterback Jack Williams, who also lost 2 fumbles to Notre Dame linebacker John Rademan. Now, it's Rademan. But anyway, Jeff Theismann was looking for a touchdown pass to extend the Irish 31-0 lead, but Georgia Tech defensive back Jeff Ford picked off pass in the end zone, and his end zone scurried 100 yards for a touchdown. Theismann accounted for his third touchdown with 8-yard run in third quarter. Scrub scored Georgia Tech's 2-yard late touchdowns. Number 1 Iowa State beat Purdue number 10, 42-14. In Columbus, IC Reeves, Iowa State steamed to 22nd straight win, trying to prove growing media projects as greatest college team of all time. His quarterback Rex Kern scored from the 6-yard line at the bad Purdue field goal snap, gave Buckeyes good field position. Kern added another touchdown at the defensive back Mike Sensabaugh's interception return to the 6-yard line. Later rifled 38-yard touchdown pass to Bruce Jakowski. Hello, video flow came. Next, halfback Stan Brown went down sideline for a 98-yard kick return for a touchdown, and just 26 seconds later, interception of Kern put ball at Ohio State 34-yard line, but Sensabaugh stepped in front of tight end Ash Bell for one of 5 interceptions, taking off passes by Boilermakers quarterback Mike Phipps. Next, Nebraska beat Kansas State 10-7. Nebraska was ranked number 17 in the country. Relentless pass rush on Kansas State quarterback Lynn Dickey was key to Nebraska, maintaining tie atop the Big 8 with Missouri, 40-13 winners over Iowa State. Now, Dickey completed 3 passes on early 80-yard touchdown drive, but was sacked 5 times. Kicker Paul Rogers missed 2 field goals, but brought Huskers within 7-3 with 39-yard boot in the third quarter. Nebraska sub fullback Dan Shiness dashed 34 yards around early in the fourth quarter to position the winning touchdown by quarterback Van Browsen. Dickey hurriedly moved Wildcats to Huskers 7-yard line, but to no avail as the clock expired. Arkansas, the number 4 team in the country, beat Southern Methodist by a score of 28-15. Undefeated Arkansas and Texas inched close to their made-for-TV season-ending showdown. Its fading Mustangs hung with Hogs, leading 3-0 after first quarter and trailing only 14-12 at halftime. As quarterback Chuck Hickson fired a 19-yard touchdown to Ken Fleming, the tight end. Arkansas fouled his touchdown maker, tailback Bill Barnett, caught quarterback Bill Montgomery's second touchdown pass in the second quarter, then charged the second half touchdown runs of fourth quarter of 4 and 9 yards. Texas, the number 2 team in the country, defeated Texas Christian 69-7. Sam Blair, writing in the Dallas Morning News, presented it best. Number 2 Texas played number 1 Iowa State for National Collegiate Football Supremacy in Memorial Stadium Saturday, and poor TCU having to get caught up in the middle. Ohio State had whipped Texas Christian by 62 points in September, and Longhorn subs scored 4 times in the fourth quarter to match Buckeyes' margin against the Frogs. Now, revenge for perceived hex, Horned Frogs held over the stairs in Austin after fueled fire. TCU had won 5 of 7 since 1955 at Memorial Stadium. Texas parade for 651 yards of offense, 517 yards on the ground as starting backs, 3 of them of the starting backs, halfback Jim Burleson, fullback Steve Worcester, and quarterback James Street, all scored 21 and 21 in that first quarter. Hogs halfback wide receiver Lindsey Cole broke away for 65-yard touchdown return on a punt for a touchdown in the second quarter. TCU fouled with drive that died at Texas 28-yard line, but that was all she wrote, because Worcester scored again for Longhorns in the second quarter, followed by the Streets for 18-yard touchdown pass to wide receivers Cotton Spiewer, when halfback Billy Dell flew 51 yards to score in third quarter. It was 41-7. Now, Texas coach Darrell Royal began emptying his bench. Next, Stanford The number 13 team in the country beat number 20 Air Force 47-34. Stanford quarterback Jim Plunkett threw 2 touchdown passes to eclipse the existing conference record with 18 for season. Plunkett also bested own Pac-8 total offensive mark for the year. Fast wide receiver Randy Lataha added 10-touchdown catch. Running back Bubba Brown, 62-yard punt return for a touchdown. For its part of scoring parade, Air Force tallied on touchdown runs by tailbacks Carter Martin and Brian Breen, and quarterback Gary Baxter's touchdown run and pass. Last but not least, number 7 UCLA beat Oregon by a score of 13-10. Now, nervous Bruins face extinction on Ducks, likely touchdown late in the game, but little UCLA cornerback Ron Mighty Mouse Carver took the ball away in his end zone from Oregon halfback Bobby Moore, who had 5-inch, 60-pound size advantage with 1:39 left. Ducks sub quarterback John Harrington suffered another Carver steal. Early UCLA tailback Greg Jones had 103 yards rushing on 21 carries and a touchdown. Greg Jones, the tailback of UCLA, had 103 yards rushing and 21 carries and a touchdown. Provided second quarter touchdown for 7-0 lead that stayed, but nearly 6 minutes into the third quarter. But Bruins center Dave Dolby fired punt snap through wickets of punter Zenon Andrewson for Oregon safety. Harrington lofted a 45-yard pass to wide receiver Bob Newland to set up Harrington's touchdown sneak and a 2-point pass. Now behind 10-7 early in the fourth quarter, UCLA went 49 yards on a 19-yard pass by quarterback Dennis Dummett to his 3-yard touchdown to wide receiver Glenn Cooper. So that concludes a look at Week 9, the week that was college football history review. The 1969 college football season, the games that were played on November 15th, 1969 for Week 9. So I got the AP poll as of November 17th. Number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2 was Texas. Number 3, Arkansas. Number 4, Penn State. 5, Southern California. 6, UCLA. 7, Missouri. 8, Notre Dame. 9, Tennessee. 10, Louisiana State. 11, Auburn. 12, Michigan. 13, Mississippi. Number 14 was Stanford. 15, Florida. 16, Nebraska. 17, Purdue. 18, West Virginia. 19, Houston. And number 20, Toledo. So that concludes a look at the college football history review. The week that was college football history review, the 1969 college football season. Week 9, the games that will play on November 15th, 1969. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do video this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.